Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a demo of this foundation, which is £2.50. Oh my god. It is the Primark PS, I think that's what their makeup brand is called, PS ... My Perfect Colour Perfect Finish Foundation. Now I bought this, oh sorry, makeup smudged. I bought this a couple of weeks ago and I've been using it quite a bit since I bought it. And it is a medium coverage semi-matte finish foundation, and my shade is in Toffee. And what can I say? I was genuinely shocked to find that this foundation is so good. I'm so impressed with it. Like, I already had like semi-high expectations purely because of the other Primark makeup that I've been using over the past couple of weeks and how good it's been. And I thought, foundation, come on now, foundation can be a funny subject, especially when it comes to like drugstore makeup, for example. Some can be good, some can be bad. Generally more is bad than good, let's be real. But a £2.50 one from Primark is so good. I'm so impressed with this. I can't rave about it enough. It is a medium to buildable coverage foundation. It has got a semi-matte finish, so it gives a really nice natural look to the skin. It covers imperfections, but it is buildable for those of you who have got a little bit more imperfections to cover than other people. It blends beautifully in the skin. It lasts up to 12 hours, I would say, but you do have to make sure you use primer and make sure you powder it after application. I always powder my foundations no matter what, so if anybody ever watches my reviews and wants to really know what it's like without powder, any foundation in general, you will not find a single review of mine which is like that. I always powder my foundations because it sets everything in place, assists with the longevity. If you've got skin which secretes oil throughout the day, which many of us are like that, except for obviously people with dry skin, you do need the powder to kind of soak it up and to make it look a lot more acceptable. It gives a really nice natural finish is what I like about this the most, and it's really lightweight. It doesn't emphasize pores, it doesn't emphasize texture, and it's also, even though it's £2.50, which is so cheap, not just that, it's 35ml, so it's more than the standard foundation of 30ml as it is. So this is what it looks like on its own. It just comes in a normal little tube. You can see the colour underneath. I was just looking because I was snapping when I was in Primark at the time, and it comes, the shade range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 shades. So Toffee is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10th shade, and then there are another 6 shades after that. So there is, or there should be, a shade for everybody. Obviously there will always be people that are missed out. I've been missed out many times in different foundations. You can't help it. But let's be honest, even if you were to go in store and pick up like 3, you haven't even set yourself back a tenner. Do you know what I mean? So it is worth definitely trying to see if you can find your own shade. I'm really happy with this. I really like it, and I'm really glad that I got this. It's one of the best foundations that I've ever used, and I'm not even going to make that up. It's really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a demo of me using this foundation. It's not very thick in consistency. It's got a little kind of, it's just in a tube really, and it comes out, gets a little bit messy. But again, even if there are any minor complaints, in my head I'm like, it's a £2.50 foundation. Why are you even complaining? Like, big deal, so what? You know, that sort of thing. So first I'm going to prime my skin using the Ordinary High Adherent Silicone Primer. You're meant to warm this up between your hands, but I'm so frigging cold sitting here. I'm in my garage and it's cold. I've got the heating on, the lights aren't helping, and this is not even melting. Oh my god, I've got freezing hands. Obviously, like I always say to you guys, I've got concealer around my eyebrows. When I do my foundation, I always do my foundation first. So please excuse the concealer marks that you can see. And hopefully this time I won't do like I've done in the past and accidentally wipe over my eyebrow, because it's done. And the brush that I'm going to use is the only clean one I could find. It's my Real Techniques, the buffing brush. I think this works better with brushes rather than beauty blenders, because it is like, it's not thick in consistency, but it's also not liquidy in consistency. So I find that beauty blenders definitely work better for people who want a sheerer coverage, a more blended out coverage that you can't achieve with a brush, especially if you've got a more thicker foundation. But something like this I think works best with a buffing brush such as this or any other brush. It's up to you how much of this you want to apply. Of course I've just done this for the sake of the video, but as it is a medium coverage, a medium to buildable coverage, I just generally tend to apply it, see how the first layer looks. And as I always generally do in a lot of my videos that you've seen, I normally go in a little bit extra over my cheek areas, which is where I've got more of my scarring. Now, I have used my derma roller over the past few days. Please forgive me. I was going to do a video on it, but it was 11:30 at night, and I ain't coming here at 11:30 at night in November when I need bed and I need warmth. So my skin is a little bit dry and flaky at the moment, but I also find that this does not cling to those parts of my face. But you do have to remember, this isn't normal dry skin. This is flaky skin caused as a result of damaging my skin intentionally and then it trying to heal itself afterwards. Forgot to say, it's got a really nice smell to it. It kind of reminds me of baby lotion, like a little bit. Still got quite a bit on my hand. I just felt the need to say that because I remember when I did my Huda Beauty foundation and people with their opinions that nobody asked for were like, you put too much on. Just because I squeezed a load onto my hand doesn't mean I've used all of it that is on my hand. It's just for the video. Now I'm just going to blend it all in. How easy was that? Seriously, how quick was that? How easy was that? I didn't speed anything up or anything. It's blended in so quickly, so easily. It's so fluid, but it's not runny. You barely need to buff anything in. I feel like my brush is still kind of clean. Look at it. So I'm just going to go over those areas which I just mentioned to you just to give myself a little bit extra coverage. If you've got skin that is generally quite clear, you're lucky, I hate ya, jokes. One layer should be enough, but if you're like me and you've got a little bit more texture and you've got a little bit more stuff to cover, then by all means go in with a little bit more. And with this, I'm just pushing it into my skin because this is the only area that needs the coverage. So I don't need to drag it to other places, otherwise it's unnecessary makeup application to areas that don't need it. So that is it. And in terms of the colour, it's a perfect match for me. I'm a MAC NC40. There's literally, you can't see any, or you shouldn't be able to see any difference between my neck and the foundation itself. It dries down to a slightly, once it dries, it's slightly tacky, just slightly, but I still need to powder it. And what I'm going to use to powder my face today is my tried and trusted Studio Fix Powder Plus foundation in the shade NC40 by MAC. I just felt like using this. It's been such a long time. I've been using my other powders, but this one is pretty much brand new, even though I bought it God knows how many months ago, so I really should kind of use it. So I'm just going to do my concealer and everything off camera quickly. Alright, so I've just done my concealer, which is why it looks all bright under my eyes. And I'm just going to set it using my Studio Fix Powder Plus foundation in NC40. This one I generally actually prefer because it's actually a coloured foundation, but in a powder format. So it stops me getting that slightly white cast look, which I get from all powders. I think, is there anyone that doesn't get it? Unless they are the same colour as that powder. Translucent to me makes it sound like it's invisible, but it's white. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so the rest of my face is now done. On my lips I'm wearing Huda Beauty's Video Star. On my eyes I'm actually wearing her electric palette. I'm sorry I'm shivering. I'm really cold where I am right now. The lights normally give me heat and the heating is on, but maybe I need to start reconsider filming in here, but I now have outgrown the space I used to film. Anyway, so back to the Primark foundation. Love it. Feels beautiful. Lovely. Lovely coverage, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. If you get the chance to get your hands on it, by all means try and do so. I bought mine in the Watford branch, which is in Hertfordshire, just outside London. But the thing is, there's no point asking me where you should go and buy it, because each Primark has different ranges of makeup in it. So it's just about trial and error, trying out which ones are near to you. Failing that, if you do live in London, go into the city centre, go to the Tottenham Court Road one or the Oxford Circus one, because they will hopefully have larger ranges. I've never tried them personally because I've never needed to. And if you obviously live outside of London and in other cities, go and check out the branches which you know are really big. The Watford one is 2 floors, so I know it's massive. Whereas the Harrow one, which is not that far from me, is a complete dump and everything has been broken to pieces, used, squeezed. What's wrong with people that shop in Primark? I mean, I go there now and then, but I behave like a normal person. I don't behave like some crazy person when it comes to stuff in general, especially that doesn't belong to me. But yeah, so that's it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you tried it or not? I also bought their BB cream, but I've not tried it yet. That actually cost £4, and I've only ever used a BB cream once. Why does it cost more? Let me know below, guys, because to me it's like almost like a tinted moisturizer plus. So why does the foundation cost £2.50 and the BB cream cost £4? Not that I'm complaining, I mean they're both cheap, but still it's just a question that I would like somebody to help me answer so I can understand. Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great and enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!